Hey guys, this is Elsa, and welcome to another episode of Achromatopsia and the saga that is my life. Um, Today I wanted to do a little video talking about let me see, how do I word this? I guess the way that people react to knowing that we're legally blind and how it is explaining to people our vision, because I feel like once people hear the word legally blind, they just automatically assume you're totally blind, or they'll come up with like a snide comment like, oh, well, you don't look blind, which is what I get all the time. Story of my life. But anyway, to begin with, I think when you're a child and you're growing up with achromatopsia, it's kind of difficult because you're trying to figure out, how to do things, and then you don't know that you're any different. But people are telling you that you're different. Like the way I was brought up, I was very aware that there's something different about me. Not so much because my parents treated me differently, but because I was always going to the eye doctor. At the time, I really can't remember right now, but like the ophthalmologist that I would go to when I was little was like it was in UCLA, and it was like a big deal to have a patient like me that has my eye condition. So I was seen pretty often, and I kind of feel like almost like I was like a guinea pig to them. Like I was so interesting. So as most of you know, when you get checkups, they have to dilate your eyes. And something that not a lot of people know, I know I literally just found this out, but the darker your eye color is, the harder it is to dilate. So you need to get a few rounds of the eye drops that they put in your eyes to dilate your eyes. And in case you guys don't know, those really burn. So like you have to get a few rounds of them, and then in between each round you have to wait like 10 to 15 minutes for them to set in, and then they do it again. So growing up, going to the eye doctor was pretty traumatizing for me. It was not a fun thing. Like they literally had to tie me up in order for them to put the drops on me and then put that big machine thing that they do to look in your eyes. But anyway, moral of the story is, when you're growing up, I feel like it's difficult understanding your eye condition, and then it's even harder to have to try to explain it to people. I don't really remember what age I was when I had to start explaining my eye condition to people, because most of the time I had people do it for me. But once you hit a certain age, well, you have to start like advocating for yourself. And for me, by the way, it was very late in life. So if you're a parent to a child that has achromatopsia, I feel like it's very important that you start talking about it very early and start like instilling in your children to speak up for themselves, to advocate, to feel real comfortable with talking about their eye condition and explaining it to other people, especially kids. They're curious, they want to know. So anyway, I feel like now as an adult, I'm 35. Obviously, I feel like I'm a pro by now explaining my eye condition. But something that is new to me is like, for example, if a person asks me, because it's very interesting to people knowing about my eye condition, because one, I feel like they're skeptical about it, and two, they have a hard time believing it because, I mean, for the most part, I think I'm pretty normal. I do things pretty normally. I look normal. I dress normal. But having a disability or being legally blind doesn't make you look a certain way, or you shouldn't have to look a certain way to fall in that category. But I feel like people have their own perception of what a title, you know what I mean, people have. But anyway, like in my case, I feel like a lot of times I have to be reminding people about my eye condition. With achromatopsia, you have color blindness, you have nystagmus, you have sensitivity to the light, you have nearsightedness, and I know this, but I guess the world doesn't know this. We can all have the same eye condition, but it doesn't mean we see the same. From my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, When you have a lot of people that have achromatopsia, some of them can actually see some colors. I've heard of most people with achromatopsia are not born with the cones, the cells that help you in your eye that help you see color. And some people are born with them, they just don't work. So in my case, I don't have them at all. Like, they're totally gone. So my husband I've been with for over 16 years. He doesn't know how to explain my eye condition to other people. So instead of saying, oh yeah, my wife is legally blind, his go-to thing to say is, oh, it's because she's colorblind. And like, there's a lot of people in the world that are colorblind, but they don't have my specific eye condition. Colorblindness is just like a symptom of the total eye condition, but that's not what it is. But anyway, so when I have to sit there and explain to people my specific eye condition, they're like, really? Wow. And then the other thing that, I mean, I'm used to, but it does kind of annoy me. I mean, I guess it depends on how they do it. Is specifically when you say I'm colorblind, they want to like test it out. Like, if really are you? So, what color do you see this? I don't know. I'm colorblind. Oh no, I know. But what color do you see this? I know what color it is, but what color do you see this? You'd be surprised how often I get asked that same question repeatedly. And if I don't answer what my guess is of this color, they'll be like, well, what color do you think this is? Like, I know you don't know, but just take a guess. What color do you think this is? I'm sorry, babe. I had to use it for an example. She got mad because I took her elbow. Sorry. Anyway, point is, I get people have questions, and I don't mind the questions. I'd rather you ask me than assume something. But I feel like people need to be considerate of the way they ask the question, or not to sound so like I don't think accusatory is the word, but you know what I mean, like so judgy about it. Like, really? Oh, are you really? Well, then how are you able to do this? A lot of questions that I get asked is, well, how are you able to do your hair? Well, if you're colorblind, how are you able to do your makeup? Well, how are you able to do your daughter's hair so nice? How are you able to dress yourself? How are you able to do this? How are you able to do that? Like, as if having the condition that I do makes me somehow totally blind, and how am I able to do all these things? So it's interesting having to explain, or I feel like almost defend myself about my capabilities, because I can do a lot. I do a lot. So much to the point where, like I said, people forget that I have something different about me, and every so often I have to remind them. But anyway, what I was gonna say is, I'm used to dealing with people like face to face, having to explain this, or like at grocery stores. Everything nowadays is like computerized. So like when you go get your groceries, you know, they have like, you have to look at the screen, and I hate looking at those things because they're so bright. Like, the glare is so blinding, and then I have to get super close to see, you know, if that's the right amount that you're charging me, how much is it. And it's like, it makes it obvious to the world that there's something wrong with my eyes. And the most common thing I get asked is, oh sweetie, did you forget your glasses? Or, oh, do you need glasses? Oh, why didn't you bring your glasses? I get told that all the time. And then when I'm like, no, I'm you know, I have an eye condition, well, then you should really use your glasses. I get told that all the time. But anyway, moral of the story is, I'm used to face-to-face interactions. Something that is a little newer to me is people's mean and negative comments on social media. That is something that is pretty new to me. And I've been putting myself out there here on YouTube. I've mentioned this in pretty much every video I make. My goal about making these videos is to connect with people that have achromatopsia, or parents of children that have achromatopsia, because I feel like stuff that happens to us, only we know. And I feel like it's important for us to share our experiences and help guide each other. And just also have something in common with someone. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people like me who they're the only person in their family that has that condition. Or, well, not in my case, but you know what I mean. Most people are the only person in their family that has that eye condition. So they don't have anyone else to relate to or to talk about funny experiences or the annoying things that people get told or hear. You know what I mean? So anyway, my point is, here on YouTube, that's my goal for this channel, is to just, help people not feel so alone, and even get a good laugh about the saga that is my life. But recently, I got this new mobility scooter that's like really, really cool, and honestly, seriously life-changing for me and my family. So I've been sharing a lot about it on TikTok because I really, really genuinely feel like not a lot of people know about this scooter. So it's like something that should be more well known. Like, it could really help a lot of people, whether you're visually handicapped or disabled, or an elderly person, or someone that just never learned to drive. This mobility scooter looks like a car, but it's not. It's a mobility scooter. It's an enclosed mobility scooter, and it's for the sidewalk. So anyway, I've been sharing it all over, everywhere, Facebook, TikTok, and I feel like I'm getting a wider range on TikTok, so I'm uploading a lot of videos about it there. And while I feel like for the majority, I am reaching the people that I want to reach, and I'm educating people about this and letting people know that there's things out there that can help us. I'm also tapping into really mean people, or just very close-minded people that are just sort of kind of like attacking me, and that's new to me. That is new. I haven't gotten a taste of that before, so that's new. But for the most part, I feel like I can handle myself. It's just very eye-opening to how I feel like miserable people are, that they're so like bored, I guess, that they have to judge me on my life or my choices, or question my vision, or question my reasons for why I have a mobility scooter, or why I want my independence, or why, I don't know. It's very eye-opening. I feel like explaining to people that legally blind doesn't mean blind. It's a huge range of vision. I feel like some of us see better than others, and it's very hard explaining that to complete strangers that honestly don't care. They just want to give you their unsolicited opinion about why they feel like you shouldn't be out driving. And again, I'm driving this mobility scooter on the sidewalk. I am not driving on the street. I don't want to drive on the street. And this mobility scooter is made to drive on a bike lane or a sidewalk. So I choose the sidewalk because honestly, I don't trust a bike lane. But anyway, I use this mobility scooter to do everyday life things that the normal world does on a daily basis. Take your kids to school, go grocery shopping, run errands, pay bills, just get out and do stuff, live life. Just because I'm partially sighted doesn't mean I don't have to do that. Like, I still have to live. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys, how it kind of opened my eyes to how ignorant the world is about our eye condition. I was wondering if anyone else struggles with something like this. Again, I know I'm putting myself out there, so it's not that I'm asking for this type of audience. I guess it's just, it comes with the good comes the bad. So I'm not gonna stop talking or sharing what I'm going through and what's helped me, because I feel like if it's helping me, it's gonna help other people out there, and why wouldn't I want to share that with other people? But anyway, I wanted to, I guess, vent about that, and also let people know that at the end of the day, if someone's going to be negative about your eye condition or anything in general, you don't really owe anyone an explanation. And I get told that all the time because I don't like to just stay quiet. I have to sort of be a smartass and answer back, which stresses me out. But at the end of the day, I don't want to let someone feel like their meanness is going to get overlooked. Like they're going to get away with just being a mean person. Like, that's, I don't want to argue with people, but I also don't want to let you feel like you've accomplished something by being mean to me or by being rude to me. So I want to make it clear that I am not the one. I am sweet and shy and everything, but if you test me, don't come for me. But anyway, I just want to let you guys know that yes, I'm dealing with this new social media thing, and it's interesting for sure. I'm hanging in there, and again, I plan to make more videos. This is just a topic that I thought I've been talking about lately a lot with my family and my friends, you know, dealing with this social media stuff. And I feel like I'm just at the tip of the iceberg on the rude comments. I've actually befriended this really, really nice girl on TikTok who actually has the scooter that I do. She's had it for, I think, a few years now. And she's partially sighted, but she doesn't have achromatopsia. But I feel like we bonded over a lot of the similarities that we have in our life. And people are just go in on her. Like, the things they tell her, that she's legally blind, what is she doing driving, she's like a danger to people out there. If she's blind, then maybe it's for a reason, like she doesn't deserve independence or freedom. Like, there's a whole bunch of other things I know. I just right now, because I'm a little heated, I can't remember off the top of my head. But I mean, wow, people are so mean, and all she's trying to do is live her life with what she was given, same thing as I'm doing. And just, it's very interesting to see how I feel like angry or triggered people get from seeing somebody that's disabled live their life. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's very eye-opening. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed my video. Sorry for the venting. It's just wow, mind-blowing. Anyway, hopefully I'll upload another video soon about a different topic, but just to give you guys something to talk about. Alright, bye you guys, take care.